Hey guys, welcome to 3 Mississippi. Mike will be out momentarily. He didn't realize what time it was, and I didn't give him as early a warning as I normally do, so my apologies, but I'm gonna go ahead and get us kicked off and started. Yes, Ridge Life. What did Mike do this time? Why do you assume he did something? Hello, Mama Murphy. Ridge Life Ramblings. Ridge Life's Tim's new channel there is also logged in, I see. Let's see, let's see. Oh, he says maybe he broke it hauling that huge deer he shot. He probably tried to knock over a tree. No, it actually wasn't the tractor. Kenny is fine. Kenny's good. Hey, Steve, what's going on? What's going on? I feel like my chat is like stalled out or doing something weird on this side. I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone because it just did something strange. Oh no, it's working. Okay, it's back to normal. There we go. There we go. Hello, Auntie Anne. I hope you're over your crud that you had and feeling better. Hello, Robert Richards. Hello, Emmanuel. Hello, two old people on a couch. Mark and Debbie. What is going on? What is going on? David from Hood's Custom Shop. Hey, hey. What's going on, David Glunt? Hey guys, welcome, welcome. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so Kenny's fine. Kenny's fine. I actually mentioned this one on Sippin' and Spillin' on today's Sippin' and Spillin', I believe it was. I swear, I'm so glad we're back. Like, kids are back on school. Like, we're getting back on schedule because that not being on schedule is kind of throwing me off. It's like what day, what was, and kind of messing with me a little bit. Randall Grunland, $10 super chat. Happy New Year's Eve or New Year, everybody. Not New Year's Eve.
It's not New Year's Eve anymore.
Eve, but yeah, thank you. What's going on?
What's up, peeps?
Peeps and Jeeps.
Peeps and Jeeps.
Yeah.
Hey, Bunko. Second thoughts about that, huh?
Well, he came running out from the front yard essentially when he heard me come out here. So you can hear him coming because he goes when he runs towards you.
He's like, I'm gonna pretend I'm your friend.
Yeah, he's funny. Hello, Danny Norton. What's going on? What's going on? Yep. So no, we actually Mike did not break another tractor. He's been really good. He hasn't broken anything lately.
Well,
just hearts.
The four-wheeler.
Well, okay, but you didn't break that.
I didn't break that.
Yeah,
it broke.
It broke. So yeah, so
I discovered it.
Yeah. So Frankie had said like, yeah, it wasn't quite acting right, and then, but she didn't say anything to either one of us about it.
Right. When I rode it, I was like, this is like I got to give it a bunch of throttle, and then as soon as you let your hand off the throttle, it stops. Like the brakes are locked up.
Yeah.
And I said, Frankie, how long has it been like this? And she said, oh, it seemed weird, but well, when it seems weird, tell me.
Like, yeah, let us know. So we, Ross, our neighbor that lives down the way, stopped by and they put it on the trailer and trailered it over just a couple miles to the mechanic shop. Was it like 2 days ago?
It's like 3 miles to the shop, but there was no way I was going to ride it over there with the brakes locked up. And that's what it was. The master cylinder was shot. It was like a $50 part. So it was a piece of cake. He turned it around. We went and picked it up today.
Yeah.
But I didn't break that.
I didn't say. I never. They assumed it was you.
Was a 1998 Yamaha. Yeah, 1998. Yeah.
Yamaha. It's a Honda, baby. The four-wheeler is a Honda.
Honda, Big Bear, whatever. It's 1998.
Big Bear.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
That's the model.
Oh, okay. I was like, why are we talking about Big Bear? Okay.
Anyway, it's an old bike. And that was probably the original master cylinder. Maybe not. Either way, it was old.
Yeah.
So
it's new now. It's like a brand new baby. It's fine. And then, did you? I know Chickasaw is going to be working on the Polaris. They're going to try.
They didn't call me back today.
They're probably busy after the new year.
I talked to them day before yesterday, and they were going to come pick up.
Yeah, ATS says, yeah, Frankie broke it. Yeah, that's what we'll go with.
That's what I'm blaming it on. Said they were going to come pick it up, but there was too much rain that day. So I just assumed they'd come today, and then I was slammed at work, and I didn't even think about it. So I didn't call them. I'll call them tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yeah.
maybe we can get it picked up.
Oh, Tim from Ridge Life Reviews and How To says, did you catch his video on the cornucopia of big bucks yet?
I did actually. I feel bad that I didn't comment on it. I apologize for that, but I will tell you that I watched it in its entirety, and yeah, you got a lot of bucks there. I was noticing some of the dates go back as far as like 12/7, but a lot of them were like 12/25, 12/26, and a lot of coyotes, on those trail cams. But you know what I didn't see a lot of this time?
Armadillos? No.
Dogs.
Oh, that's good.
So
yeah, I know that one video, it was like packs of dogs, which we've had that problem.
We have that problem now. We have the dog problem that you had, Tim, on previous trail cam videos.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up. You probably just loaded them all up in a truck and brought them down here and dropped them off.
Just dropped them off when he was like drive by waving. He probably just brought them all here.
Yeah, appreciate that, dude.
Thanks a lot, buddy. No, just kidding. MT Homestead, Mike and Terry, what's going on? $5 super chat. They said hi, Sid and Mike. Mike, are you out tearing stuff up again? No, it wasn't him. It wasn't.
You know what? I haven't had the energy. I mean, I've got my voice back today.
Well, he didn't. This is the best you've sounded in like 5 days.
Yeah. I was, you know what? I felt like I was getting better last night, and then I went to sleep and it got worse again. And this morning it was like breaking loose. So my coughs were just like heavy.
I gave him more drugs and I made him more tea, more lemon.
But it's been 5 days.
That's what I said.
Yeah. This has been a terrible cold.
He's not even like. I mean, he's not like he hasn't had a fever. Like he's not like deathly ill.
Trust me, I've had way worse.
Yeah, but
I'm just complaining right now. I'm not comfortable, so I'm complaining.
Yeah, it's like one of those annoying colds. Like one of those annoying coughs that just is very persistent, and that's the struggle, because you can't have a phone call conversation. He can't film videos because he's hacking up a lung, and so it's just made the struggle bus extra struggling.
Extra struggling,
but that's okay.
But we also had some really decent weather over the weekend, and I was not feeling up to doing a lot of strenuous activity, so I missed a couple of opportunities to deer hunt, and I missed some opportunities to work on the chicken coop, which I think I'm going to try to do both of, weather permitting, on Saturday. Frankie's playing hooky again.
Well, she's got a school
it's always
thing.
Something.
She's got a school thing that she has to go to. It's like an overnight field trip thing for FFA.
Yeah.
So she's going to be gone basically like when she leaves Friday morning. I won't see her until Saturday night.
Yeah, she's an officer in the FFA.
She's the chaplain.
So so they're going down somewhere down there in Jacksonville, Mississippi. But
Jacksonville?
Jackson. I'm going to Jackson.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's not gonna be back until Saturday night, like after dark. So I told her today, I was like, Frankie, we need to hunt on Saturday, and she said, I was like, that's right. So I told her, I was like, look, I probably need to hunt. I've been waiting to go kill another doe because I didn't want to be, killing stuff out in that field while we're trying to get her first one and getting them skittish. But I just told her we need to get another one, at least one more or two more in the freezer. So I'm going to go kill something on Saturday. And she said, okay.
There you go.
So
that works. Yeah. Randy, Cupid, we always make sure that we put the non-ethanol gas in our small engine vehicles. However, we can't say for sure that the previous owner of our Polaris did that.
100%. 98%. That's what's wrong with it. Is there's gunk in the gas tank, and
junk in the trunk, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it is like. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is they cleaned the carburetor out and it ran great for a few days, and then it started running not so great, and then it started running not. And when I called them and asked them if they had taken the tank off, emptied it, and cleaned it, they said no. I said, okay, well, that's what needs to happen. So, there's just gunk in there.
Yeah, hopefully that's all there is. You need more cowbell, Mike.
Cowbell. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
David
Well, I
from
met
Houston.
a gin so.
Okay.
Well, you say cowbell, I say Rolling Stones
I
all
don't
day
think that's
long.
where he was going with that, but that's okay. I think that was more of
Some
a
of y'all
Spinal Tap
appreciate that.
reference, but
That's where I go when you say cowbell.
don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. David from Hood's Custom Shop says, don't forget, that's important. Greg says, hello everyone, I'm waiting on our major storm here in the Bay Area. Yeah, I heard California's getting slammed right now.
Yeah, they're calling it
weather.
what are they calling it? An atmospheric river.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
That was about, remember how I said today, about every 8 years we get that? It was right after we moved. It was almost 8 years ago.
Yeah, we got the atmospheric river.
Yeah, that was, yep. That's when you get that like monsoon situation up in the mountains.
Oh, he said, ouch, Ann. What did Ann say?
Oh, it took her 6 days to get rid of her flu, and that was with Tamiflu. So
I don't know if this is a flu. I think you had something worse than what I've got.
Oh, Mike had it at the beginning of December. Mike from MT Homestead.
I feel like mine is a chest cold. You know, not a whole lot of congestion in the head. It's congestion in the lungs, and
more whiskey cures everything.
That's a true story. The best sleep I had was 2 nights ago when I had like 3 whiskeys, and I was like, okay, I slept mostly through that night.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. I got a little behind on the comments. Well, they're not going to Jackson, so they're just going further south, I guess we should.
Yeah, they're not going to.
They're not going. If they were going to Jackson, we would have said,
said no.
Take your Glock.
She doesn't have a Glock.
I know. Well, I was just making a joke.
She has a Ruger LC9 S.
Gunga Din says, dump a can of seafoam in the tank after installing an inline filter. Randall Grunland, $5 super chat. Use the green pumps. It's cheaper. Yeah, those are those special Christmas pumps, right, Randall?
Oh man, I saw a TikTok recently.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, I have installed TikTok on my phone.
Reinstall. Well,
reinstall.
He had a TikTok account.
It's a whole thing. I have a TikTok account. I had TikTok for a long time, and I tried to make a couple of TikTok videos, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna get back at it, but anyway. I took TikTok off my phone because I don't know what it's like crack cocaine. When you just like somebody sends you one TikTok and you go look at it, and then all of a sudden the phone rings and you realize it's been 30 minutes. So I said no more of this. So I took TikTok off my phone. I had forgotten the login. It had been like probably almost a year since I even had TikTok, and then I don't even remember what caused me to. Somebody sent me a TikTok.
You wanted to make a TikTok with Frankie.
Oh yeah, I wanted to make one.
Got taken down anyway.
Which got taken down. They wouldn't. TikTok gave me a community strike of my first video back.
Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever. But anyway, so now I have TikTok back on my phone, and somebody just said something that reminded me of that. Some girl like called and pranked her dad on TikTok.
Yeah, about the diesel.
And was like, Dad, you know, the green pump that's supposed to be the Christmas pump that's on sale at Christmas value? And he's like, no, you didn't. You guys, if you have TikTok, probably have seen
Except lately, diesel's been more expensive. I don't think it's come back down all the way yet. Diesel's been a lot more the last couple months, like higher than regular gas.
Yeah, it's more efficient though, also. So
yeah,
whatever.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Frankie and I made a TikTok. I'll tell y'all what it was. So because I thought it was super cool. And we may redo some variation of it. We were in the deer stand or in the deer blind, and I filmed myself and I said, hey, y'all grocery shop the way you grocery shop. We grocery shop the way we grocery shop. And I panned the camera over to her, and she was laying on the scope looking out the window and looked over and said 3 Mississippi. It was cute. It was adorable. I thought it was a great TikTok.
It's child endangerment.
Literally, as we loaded it, we got a community strike.
Yeah.
For fire.
Well, I don't think they call it that. They don't. It's not like you get.
No, they did. They called it.
Oh, they did.
I don't have my phone. Oh yeah, they spanked me.
They spanked
you. Yeah.
Well, you know.
So whatever.
That's okay. Yeah, you do have to be careful with that. I know, but sometimes it's like you never know. I don't know. It's everything's on the interweb nowadays. So it's very hard to be ultra selective and still be in the loop, especially in this particular when you're somebody who is like a content creator.
We've chosen to be content creators, so we kind of have to play in that sandbox.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play our way as much as we can, right?
Right.
And then there are going to be times when the sandbox is going to want us to play their way, and sometimes we're not going to be able to. We're just going to say, you know, I'd rather not even discuss that subject than have to do it your way. But you know, you can't push back. You just get canceled. And, you know, hello cancel culture.
YouTube for president, LOL. Mark and Debbie.
I heard something recently that Elon was going to be resigning from.
I don't know if it actually went through because I've been a little behind on the news the last 2 weeks, basically. But he was going to put Donald Trump Jr., Don Jr., in the hot seat. Yeah. But I don't know if that actually.
I don't know if that was a rumor. Did he say that?
It was like public release. Like it was like all over. So I don't know. I don't know if he actually said it, but it was like all over. Like
there are things about Elon that are hard to like. For me, you know, he's eclectic, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, I think
I'm a fan.
Yeah, he's an interesting character. Yeah. Let's see.
January's the last day, according to Randy, to plant onions and sweet peas. Really? Because I was planning on planting my onions much later than that. So I'm going to have to research that now. I appreciate that. You gave me something to do tonight.
There you go. Living wild and free. Happy Wednesday. Yes, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Randall Grunland, I saw a really cool thing, a shop icon on channel buttons. I like the convenience, to be honest. You have great merch. I'm very confused. A shop icon on channel buttons. Huh, I have not seen that. I'll have to look. I don't know. The only one I know is like the one that's underneath, like the shelf. I don't know the button.
Tim says you're gonna have to start eating more venison to make room for more. Man, there's nothing wrong with that program.
We're having venison tomorrow. I'm defrosting some right now that I found.
Look, it's. I mean, as far as red meat goes, there's all kinds of debates about that. It's about as organic as it gets, man. I mean, so it's lean.
No, he's saying he's going to have to eat a bunch more venison to make more room for his.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were saying.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying go for it. Like I would love to eat 4 deer worth of venison over this next year. Okay. Not myself, us as a family.
Okay, I was like,
if we ate, because you don't get that much yield out of a deer.
No, I know. Well, even just like, and I was saying, in fact, in Friday's video, is the video I just finished tonight, of making the deer sausage, that I was like surprised at how little I had to grind. I mean, I wasn't surprised, but I guess I was expecting.
She was used to grind. When I killed something, it was a 250-pound hog.
Yeah.
And she had 60 pounds of grind.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like I've mentioned before, we didn't do hams. Most often, we did not do hams because we don't really like ham. So we would just take those hams and we would add them to the grind because we really liked having ground pork. So I would do like a leaner ground pork, and then I would do like a lot of sausage, and it would end up being like 60 pounds-ish a lot of times. So it was, it was good stuff.
And yield out of a hog for me was usually like 60%.
Randall's got Bambi in his crock pot, he said, in a chili paste.
I don't know about Bambi.
Robert's doing jerky, he says, for his.
Robert, something that I didn't show on my hind leg butchery video.
Actually, he called it Jeff Key. Is that something different than jerky?
Maybe he meant jerky.
Okay, I was like, is that something Southern that I don't know about, Jeff Key?
On one of the hind legs that I broke down last week, I did save one of the bottom rounds. It's kind of a flatter muscle opposite the top round. And I had read that was a good one to make jerky out of. So I'm going to make jerky just out of that one bottom round this week and see how we like it. I found a recipe that I think I like. And so we're going to make it. And then.
Can you use the same like seasoning stuff that we have for using like the other jerky that we've made?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it's red meat. So beef jerky.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
So anyway, I want to play around with some jerky, and and then if we like it, then we can try to make some jerky out of some of those other muscle groups that I just normally throw in the grind. The problem is I like the grind. We like the sausage and we like the burger. So if you've got a sirloin muscle, that football muscle that other people are like, hey, that's a perfectly good roast. Yeah, but it's also a perfectly good grind.
Yeah.
So no.
Right. Yeah. It's like it just depends on your preference. And like sometimes with it just being the three of us, it's a lot easier for us to have it in a grind form and me to add it to other things that I'm making versus like if we cook a whole roast and we don't finish it and then nobody wants to eat leftovers up, it just becomes a thing.
But
So
she does
it's
a
just,
lot of, especially in the wintertime, like soups and crock pot things.
yeah.
And it doesn't matter what soup you're making, you can add, a pint of whatever homemade stock you have made, with a bone broth, and then a pound of deer burger, and just clean out veggies from the fridge, and boom, you got a meal.
Living Wild and Free says, I had some hog deer mixed sausage with some spice to it. Let's just say fan freaking tastic flavor. I love that. That sounds awesome. Fishy Sippy, what's up?
Yeah, Fishy Sippy,
CST.
dude, that's exactly my point, man. Do what you like, right?
Yeah.
If people tell you you're wasting the back straps, but you like the jerky out of the back straps, then boom, make jerky out of them.
I like Steve C says that Jeff Key was the stuff Dahmer was into.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll see myself out. That's funny.
He calls them bottom and top loins. Yeah, so I'm not a butcher. I'm just a guy that's not afraid to do it myself, right? But on a hog, which I've done a lot of research on and I've done a lot of butchery on, that would be a top round, which is actually on the bottom, believe it or not, because of the way the leg faces. That'd be the top round, and that's the one that I saved to make a roast out of. And then the bottom round, which is more flat, and then that baseball, which is where the sirloin and the sirloin tip, and and the tri-tip. There's actually a little tiny tri-tip on there.
On the deer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, all of those muscles, I mean, I could break them down if I wanted to, but it just doesn't make sense to me because they go into the grind so quick the way I do it. And the grind's what I want.
Yeah, it makes for a really good grind because we use that for a lot of different things. And so, yeah, I mean, for us, that makes more sense. For somebody who has maybe a bigger family and likes to do a lot of roasts, they're going to be able to eat in 1 or 2 nights. That's great. But for us, we won't power through it fast enough.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't.
Plus, I don't mind people beating me up on YouTube. Everybody's like, you need to watch The Bearded Butcher. You don't know what you're doing. I can't believe I'm watching this. Well, but you are. And actually, you're commenting on it, and you're engaging, and you're getting other people to comment on it. And I'm just sitting over here enjoying my deer.
Yeah, it's always so funny too, because I'm like, I've lost track of how many animals he's processed and broken down at this point. And I guarantee you, like half the time when people say, like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, they have never once
probably
ever done it themselves.
But they've probably watched a lot of like Bearded Butchers because they're entertaining, right? So they just think they're an authority.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Whatever. Like I said, I don't mind. In fact, if you go back and look at that video, the most recent video, I'm pretty sure at no point in there do I say this is how you're supposed to XYZ. This is how I.
Yeah, we like even in the sausage video, I'm like, you can do it this way, you can do it that way. This is how I'm doing it. This is how I like it. But because that's the way that I'm doing it, and if I don't like something, then I'm not going to do it in a way that I don't like.
Jason Nightingale.
Wow, Jason Nightingale, 1999 super chat. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, Jason?
No comment.
I'm racking my brain trying to remember that name. Whether or not I've even seen.
It doesn't look familiar to me.
Right, I don't even think I've seen you comment on a video yet.
Yeah. He's just coming in hot. He's
coming in hot.
There you go.
Dropping the fire.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Living wild and free. Have you checked into freeze drying yet? We've been doing it for almost a year now. Shredded chicken and shredded beef, hamburger, etc. To sliced ham, we freeze dry a couple days of miscellaneous leftovers a week. I would love to do that.
Yeah, I have not even looked into it.
I have looked into it.
I watched the Max.
Right, yeah.
Do a video or two on their freeze drying machine, and I was intrigued, but I've not done any research. We will at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese, hot pepper. Yeah, Randy, that sounds good too. Just fire it up on the grill, a little deer sausage. Yep. I'm excited. I think the next deer, when I do some sausage, I'm gonna do like a spicy Italian for my next one. Because I have one, my regular Italian, and then I do one that's like a little bit more of a. So I think I'm gonna do one that's a
What
little
is
bit.
Tim talking about?
I don't know.
I got butchered, pun intended,
on my third function tractor video today.
Oh, so you installed the third function valve yourself?
Oh, I saw that you posted that, but I hadn't watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had the shop install my third function valve. So, oh, wait a minute. That could be a spoiler.
Well,
Anybody that knows what a third function is.
Well, I think you already posted it.
Posted what?
The video.
I gotta. I've watched your video recently.
Yeah, I saw his thing. It's on the other channel because he's trying to. He's got like 47 channels now.
Without giving any spoilers out, Tim, have you posted the video about the thing that you need the third function for? I'm just curious. Oh yeah, I got 4 channels.
See, we're behind. We only have 2.
Yeah, oh man, on a mission.
Yeah, this is, like I said, we were saying earlier, Alex, this is the best he sounded in like 5 days. Like he actually has a voice now. This is what he sounded like.
Oh yeah, and even this morning.
Oh my God, yeah. Struggling. I thought, oh gosh, he's
but
getting
it's because
worse.
It was breaking up. Yeah. I did feel better this morning, but I couldn't carry on this conversation without coughing a lot.
Anthony says you're doing an awesome job, man. Keep it up.
Well, thank you.
The Kemp Family Hill said something and then it scrolled and I missed it and then
okay. So he has not posted that video yet.
Oh my bad. Where did I see the thumbnail for it then?
On my phone.
No. It was on. No.
I showed you a picture.
Something. I don't know then. Maybe I misunderstood what he was talking about.
My wife prays for my voice to go out.
There we go. See, that's what happened.
That's good.
Jesus is punishing you for laughing.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
So we didn't make any jerky out of this deer, but the next year we will. And you saved. Oh,
I saved one cut.
I'm
gonna make. Yeah,
he's gonna make.
It's like 1.5 pounds. Yeah. You know.
But then the next one we'll do different. I'm gonna do a different kind of sausage. He really wanted breakfast sausage for the first go round, so I did that. But I'm gonna do more like something that I could use in like soups and stews and whatever, breakfast burritos, whatever. I'll make that and then yeah, I probably won't be able to. It'd be hard to find everything I need to make chorizo out here. I bet you.
Well,
find those chilies.
Those paseo, chile paseos.
Chile de paseo.
They're a dried chili. I mean, we can probably mail
order it. Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah. I mean, I have gotten them when they're not as dry, and then I've also gotten them when they're super dry. It's a struggle bus either way because those things are a pain in the butt to work with, and you got to get them really, really, really tiny to make it really.
And people around here don't even know what chorizo is. It's like not a thing here.
I don't know. No, that's not true. There's some Mexican places out here that have chorizo. I mean, it might be like Tex-Mex version. I don't know, but there's a couple.
I mean, I like chorizo, but I don't know if I like chorizo enough to justify the work required to cut up those leathery chili paseos. If you want to make legit chorizo,
I mean, I made it, and it's a pain in the butt, but I mean, I do it.
It's hard to make legit chorizo.
Yeah.
We may make it again.
Yeah, I will.
But
at some point.
Man, her breakfast sausage is. I can't even think of any reason to eat anything but that. Like if it was up to me, I'd just be like, ram, give me some more of that breakfast sausage.
He does like
it's good
sausage. Yeah. I know. Here's a pro tip for those of you that are actually listening on the live tonight. So this recipe that I'm doing on Friday is a variation that I do when I don't so Mountain Man apple pie is this drink that I make, right? And I have made this sausage with that drink, and it's basically like you cook apple juice and you add if you're feeling fancy, but I always make it with vodka and all the seasonings and everything. You simmer it down like you're making a cider, and then you add the vodka, and then you bottle it up and you stick it in the fridge for as long as you can stand it before you can touch it, a couple weeks. Anyway, I've used that as my liquid and also basically my sugar in some of my breakfast sausages before, and basically in this recipe. And it's it really takes it to a whole nother level. So this, I did not have that made. So I made the straight version just using whiskey and the spices and stuff. It's not a problem, but it's not the same. Like it definitely is more appley when I make it with the Mountain Man apple pie
Right.
hooch that I concoct in the back of the fridge. But I haven't made that in a couple years because he doesn't really like to drink it. My grandfather always liked to drink it. My dad liked to drink it, but they're both gone, and I can't drink that much of it myself. So
Yeah, it's just too sweet for me.
it's
Like
good. It's good stuff.
I mean, it's a treat, and I don't mind having it. It's just like when people put Coca-Cola in their whiskey. I just want to smack them.
Yeah, I guess
Like,
I need to just make like maybe a small batch
if
around
you're
the
not drinking your
holidays.
whiskey straight, don't drink whiskey with me. I'm just telling right now.
Well, unless you don't mind an old fashioned sometimes. You
If
do
we
like
go,
a good old
okay,
fashioned, but
if
made
we go out
correctly
to
where it's
dinner
like,
somewhere where the
or even like
bartender,
at Ryan.
yeah,
Like Ryan made them
yeah,
for you.
I won't smack somebody about an old fashioned. I'll drink an old fashioned. But as soon as I see somebody order the sweetest whiskey they can find, like some Canadian stuff, nothing against Alex. I know he's a Canadian, but you know, Canadian whiskey's already too sweet. Then they add Coke to it. And I'm like, you're not even drinking whiskey, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, wild turkey, nobody should drink that straight, living wild and free. I mean, that stuff should just get poured straight down the drain, in my opinion. But that's coming from years of bartending.
It meets the criteria, and it depends on your budget.
Yeah.
It does.
Well,
I mean,
you know what? I have never needed to get that drunk in that much of a hurry for that little amount of money. That is all I'm going to say.
True story. If that's where you're at, you need to evaluate some priorities.
Yeah,
but I do know people that like wild turkey. I know people that
Freedom whiskey.
I know people that like that. What's it? Jim Beam. I mean, it's pretty rock gut.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's
Although they did have a really good commercial series going for a while.
Jen's in the house. I drink it both ways, she says. That's true, you do. You'll drink it however you can get it. True story.
Hood's Custom Shop drinks Crown and Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, I like you, man. So I'm gonna stop right there.
I'm not saying anything bad about you. I'm not gonna shame you for your drink choices. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I used to drink Malibu rum and Diet Coke for probably in my early to mid 20s. That was my jam for a long time.
Yeah, when I was an East Coast sailor,
I can't imagine drinking.
I got on a rum kick for a little while.
Yeah.
Just because when you're in the Navy and you're back in Va Beach, it's rum. Even though I was a whiskey guy, I tried to become a rum guy for a little while, and then I wised up.
Yeah. Yeah, ginger ale mixed with things sometimes. And I do like a good Moscow Mule. That is like if I'm going to a restaurant, I will, if they can make a Moscow Mule, I will get a Moscow Mule, or certain places I'll just get a margarita. But I do like me a good Moscow Mule with that ginger beer. It's good stuff.
I think I ran Alex the Canadian off with my Canadian whiskey comment.
Maybe. Let's see. Ridge Life. Tim wants to know, are you going to the MT Homestead meetup in May? May mine? May mine? I don't know. Since Sid can't make it. What? I don't know. I didn't say I couldn't make it. We hadn't really even talked about it yet. I don't know if we'll be able to pull that off, though.
Yeah, we gotta look at
spring is going to be really like
we're going to be trying to kick off. We're going to be trying to kick off a flock of sheep and probably a couple steers and a lot of infrastructure. Spring's going to be interesting. So I don't know. On one hand, if we're gonna take a week off and take a trip, we need to do it before we kick that off.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, are we in a position to be able to do that? I don't know. We'll see. I would like to.
I want to go to Hollywood. So there's that. At some point, I will go.
Hey, why don't you ask MT to relocate this thing to
Two
Pigeon
birds,
Forge,
one stone.
Tennessee?
Yeah, so we got 2 birds, 1 stone. See what we can work out there.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I got a hankering to go.
Right.
I do. but we'll figure it out. Oh, Living Wild and Free says Dr. Pepper or / cream soda and vanilla crown. There are some like good mixed drinks that you can make with some of the fancier mixes and things. I'm not against it. Personally, if you're just mixing a plain soda and an alcohol, I'm not a big soda drinker. I don't actually drink soda at all. So to me, it's like, it's weird. I don't know. Like, I just don't, to me, just put alcohol in my soda is like, why would I do that?
I think once somebody starts to get creative about it and there's a twist of this and a splash of that and it becomes a mixed drink, then it, it's a totally different thing. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. When it's just, can of soda, whiskey, I don't know. Yeah. To me, the more sugar, the more chance of a headache. Impurities, sugar. Yeah. Like, I mean, if I drink good whiskey, quality whiskey that's not full of a bunch of impurities and I don't mix it with anything, I can have several whiskeys, get feeling pretty good, go to sleep, wake up with the sun and not have the slightest amount of headache.
That's right.
As soon as you start mixing impurities and sugars and
Yeah. Oh, well, see, okay, so Tim, I didn't say that I wasn't going to go. We didn't say that we weren't for sure not going. We have to kind of look at things and see. So neither one of us is a definite no or a definite yes at this point. I would love to go, but we just haven't gotten there yet to like really talk about it. So especially with him being sick this week and the holidays, like we haven't like looked at the calendar, looked at that, figured some things out. Like, if anything, it would be one of those things where like I might sneak away if everything's kind of popping off just to make a quick appearance and then come right back. But we'll see. I don't know. This go around, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Mr. Bunko.
Oh, Brian from Vineyard Farmhouse. I don't know how I missed you sneaking in, but I did.
Sorry, there's Alex. Oh, still here. Oh, we hadn't scrolled down. I wasn't.
No, I was. I literally just scrolled back up because I was trying to find something. Happy New Year to you too, Anna. Let's see. Let me get back here. Whoa, there we go. Mad Dog 2020. Yeah.
Woo! No. You're giving your age away. Who said that?
Living Wild and Free.
Yeah. Woo. Mad Dog 2020. Come on.
Syrup is for pancakes. I don't like my whiskey tasting like syrup. I feel that. Yeah. Write it down. I'm cooking again. Wow. Jen, she's actually cooking. Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute.
She cooked the other night too, apparently. So
has anybody verified?
I have not verified it. Oh, how did your firecrackers turn out? Did you? Because I know Will wanted her to make those firecrackers. I sent her the recipe. I don't know how they turned out.
I want to know what you're cooking, Jen.
Well,
in fact, send a picture.
She made chicken and dumplings like the other day, and some chicken casserole like the week before that. So I don't know.
Okay, look. If you made dumplings from scratch.
Oh, since it was close to my California trip. Yes, that's true. Well, that's going to be in April probably. And this is like the end of May. So I don't know yet. We'll have to see. He definitely won't go without me.
Nah, I wouldn't.
He wouldn't go without me.
If we could swing it together, I would go.
Yeah, but he's not going to go without me because then he knows I'll give him a hard time about going without me. So he knows he can't go without me. So it's either I would go by myself or we would go together, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So, oh, she's making enchiladas, rice and beans right now, and the firecrackers turned out very well. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I had these firecrackers. For those of you that maybe don't know what they are, it's basically like saltine crackers that you.
I don't think anybody knows what they are.
Everybody knows what they are down here. Everybody knows what firecrackers are. So that you take like regular like saltine crackers. No, not like that. And then you put like oil and you mix like ranch dressing or like the packet, and like red chili pepper flakes and garlic and like all this other stuff. And you pour it into a Ziploc bag with all the crackers, and then you like let it marinate for like at least an hour or two. Some people say do it overnight. Some people say only an hour. And then you lay them out on parchment sheet, put it in the oven and bake it off. And they are the most addicting, amazing crackers. I love them. They give him heartburn.
Yeah.
He didn't like them. But I had made such a big batch that I gave some to Will and I gave some to a couple of our other friends that I was seeing like that next day. And everybody loved them. So I was happy about that. So there you go. I have candles. Oh, candied. Oh, she's making candied jalapenos. Okay.
Well, that sounds interesting.
There you go. I thought I read that as candle jalapenos at first, and I was like, jalapeno candles? That's
I'm
weird.
trying to decide what a candied jalapeno even is.
Where is the MT meetup? So it's going to be in Oklahoma, and I forget the town. I think it's near McAllister or just outside of McAllister, I want to say. If that's right. I have it. I have the thing in my phone somewhere.
Somebody in here knows the answer.
But yeah. So something like that.
Honey wine mead. So not a wine called honey wine, but it's really a beer.
Oh, I've had that.
Almost ready
There's a
to
place
bottle.
in Tupelo that makes it that you can buy. That I had some when I came here and visited with Rory and Barry.
I wonder what would happen if you took that mead. Well, first of all, it would depend on what the alcohol value is. If it's 12% or more, you could run that through a still and make a
Cherokee
like a honey
Landing State
moonshine.
Park is where the meetup is.
Cherokee Landing
State Park. Tin Killer Lake. That's it. Cowboy candy. Yep, I've heard of that before. That's the candied jalapenos. Cowboy candy.
Oh well, I've heard of cowboy candy.
Yeah, that's the candied jalapenos.
Okay.
Yeah, just like the firecrackers are the crackers. You know, it's all good. It's all good. Strawberry wine made it to dry. They told me how to cure it. Oh,
yeah, I've never made wine, but wine was popular when I was a kid in Tennessee. Just I think because anybody could make it under their kitchen sink. I think strawberry wine was more of a kind of that was the cheap stuff that you could buy it for $1.25 a bottle. But I think persimmon and what was the one? It's a grape, muscadine. Muscadine wine was a lot of people made that, and it was not very good. But by all current standards, it was not very good.
It's like drinking Andre Cold Duck or something, or Boone's Farm.
Yeah. It was
instant headache.
Guaranteed. But it was what we had access to.
Strawberry Hill, Living Wild and Free. Yep, that's another. Yep. Those were all those are the ones we would take when we were first together and we would go camping. Those were the ones that we would take.
I remember before Sid.
That was BS.
I remember being in the military.
He woke up and chose violence.
Hanging out in like a bar on a military base somewhere. I don't even know where, but the scene that I picture is I'm buying this girl a drink, and what she orders is a Zima with a shot of grenadine.
That's what I used to drink.
And I never forgot that because I thought it was a ridiculous thing.
I used to do the
but everybody was drinking it.
Smirnoff Ice with a shot of grenadine. That was my standard when I first turned 21. Yeah.
Oh wait, Jen says she has some muscadine. I think it's dime. I don't know if it's dime.
I think it's dime.
Musky dime?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's musky dime.
I'm pretty sure it's dime.
I feel like somebody needs to fact check that.
I'm Googling right now.
Because I have always said musky dime.
Yeah, and you're usually wrong about pronouncing things.
Fair enough. Although you just struggled with that word pretty hard. Anyway, Jen says she has some, so she should bring them over.
Oh no, you were right for once. It is muscadine.
You're welcome.
Dang, whatever. Anywho, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
MT Homestead says that Tim from Ridge Life made it on the Cup of Honor tonight for their live, so we'll have to see. Your dad's coming to the meetup. Oh, I love Papa.
Steve pointed out that I did pronounce Zima wrong, though.
Yeah, he pronounces the strangest things incorrectly, and I'm always like, what? Like, it's almost like every once in a while I'm like, are you foreign? Like, what happens? How you say in English? I know, is it Zima?
Oh, whatever.
Like, he's new to the planet. They just dropped him off. Bailed.
Good luck. It's your problem. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. they took it off the market, then they brought it back. And now the running
I
joke.
haven't seen it in years. I don't know.
Yeah, so the running joke, and then I think they took it out again because nobody was drinking it. Like everybody bought it for like the novelty of it, but whatever. But yeah, it's not very good. Smirnoff Ice is still on the market and is much better. Now they flavor it themselves and have the red and the blue ones, so you don't have to add the grenadine or the curacao or whatever to it to get the colors. And but there's that running meme joke of like a Scooby-Doo meme where you know how they would always like unmask the bad guy in the ghost mask. They like unzip the Zima and it's just a White Claw inside. It's like, well, yeah, it's kind of.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a similarity there.
Yeah, something like that. Something different. Yes, exactly.
Ooh.
Pettigene River Homestead says they have half acre of muscadine.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love. We've got some muscadine vines down in the creek,
There's a few
wild ones,
yeah,
but we didn't get. I mean, you gotta be willing to
camp out next to them.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to fight with some deer.
Yeah, same thing with the persimmons. Like
yeah, well, the persimmons
we're up really
far enough
high,
up
yeah.
that But
yeah, but the raccoons probably and birds,
possums, everything,
all the climby critters.
But the deer will straight like wrestle with you for the muscadines.
We are all aging ourselves, Steve. C, you're correct. Yeah, because Zimas were popular in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and then yeah. You got more done around there, but still more boxes. I know. There's always more boxes. I still have boxes. There's always gonna be boxes.
Well, we piled some boxes up in the burn pile.
Yeah.
Like the day before it rained.
I took all my Christmas stuff down now.
So now we got a pile of soggy cardboard back there.
That's all right. It still lights.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But you know what's sad? I just realized.
No, what?
There's a trash can beside that pile that came out of the shop.
Yeah, I thought that was trash. I thought it was broken.
It's got a bunch of trash scraps from butchering the deer in it.
Yeah, I know, because the dogs went and I had to like take them away from the dogs, and
I didn't know
where they got them from.
I told Frankie, I said, let's take this over to the burn pile because there's some scraps in here, and let's dump these scraps on the burn pile so that we burn them up so they don't stink, and then we never lit the burn pile.
Good job.
Still there.
Yeah, well, the dogs have been finding it, and I've had to. Yeah, you need to go light that off like right now so that we don't call any more wild critters over there. Because the dogs.
Or I just need to go sit out there with a gun and a flashlight and wait for the yotes.
There's that too. So is what it is. Let's see.
Yeah, at least I can shoot. I can shoot. Not always straight. Not always what I'm trying to hit.
What are you looking at? I don't even see that comment.
Pettigene River Homestead. Zima.
Oh,
Mike, at least you can shoot.
Oh, gotcha.
Spelled it the way it's supposed to be said so that I would not be confused. And I appreciate that. I do.
Maybe it's like maybe it's one of those things where like even there's certain actors and actresses that people like even in the news and stuff say their names wrong, and then when you hear the person interviewed and say their name, they say it totally differently. So maybe it's the same way. Maybe like Zima is actually Zima and he's the one that's right and we've been wrong all these years.
That would be awesome.
I would laugh.
That'd be awesome.
I don't think that's accurate, but
yeah, see, pineapple Malibu 151 rum. That just sounds dangerous to me. First of all, anything 151, that's proof.
Pam with an N.
151 proof. And then you add enough sugar to make it taste like pineapple. Yeah, you're not doing so pretty good in the morning. No.
That's funny. Tech 9 and a poopy drink.
Oh, you approved it before
I didn't approve it.
Oh. Somebody else did.
Yeah.
You were about to.
I was trying to.
And then it disappeared.
Yeah, because I have amazing. I have Auntie Anne in the house.
Yeah.
So she's probably on that.
No,
there's no confusion allowed here. No, this is where it lives. This is where it resides. This is
where it comes from.
Yeah, this is where it lives.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. So yeah, so this weekend, let's see, Frankie's got her FFA situation going on. Hopefully, maybe get some things figured out for whatever the next step is on the coop, because I'm sort of waiting to hear what that is. And then and I'm not sure what the weather's supposed to be this weekend, but you know, it's Mississippi, so
It's
that
supposed
changes
to rain
every 5
on.
minutes.
Yeah, it's we're gonna get some rain.
Okay. Well, and he's gonna try to go play whack-a-do.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometime, I don't know. I may go tomorrow morning. We'll see. I'll look at the weather before I go to bed tonight. And either way, before our next live, I'm putting another deer in the freezer, because at this point, with Frankie's, schedule, I don't know if she's gonna have time to hunt.
Well, I mean, you guys could go hunting Sunday night.
Weather permitting.
Well, yeah.
We could go Sunday morning before church.
Yeah.
Weather permitting. We'll just see. We had to see.
We gotta see what's going on.
Somebody said something about pouring corn on the ground. You're actually not allowed to do that here. You can get in big trouble with the game warden if you're pouring corn on the ground. It's got to be in a feeder, because if you pour it on the ground, the reason for that rule, that law, is if you pour it on the ground, then you can wind up getting it too clumped together.
Jen says she hasn't had a beer all year. I find that I call BS on that.
Yeah, me too. Whoa, wait a minute. Today's only the 4th. I still call BS. If she said that,
having the shakes.
If she said that when she woke up in the morning on the 1st, right, I'd be like, it's good for you.
She's drinking straight whiskey now instead of beer. Who knows? I don't know. I can't believe if you haven't had a drink in 4 days, I'd be shocked. I have Living Wild and Free. Yes, I have seen. I actually saw. I was looking for an 18-pack of eggs at the store the other day, and one of the brands was like $18 a thing, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
I cannot wait to have egg layers again.
Oh, we have them. They're just not mature yet.
It's not laying eggs yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went ahead and we took a risk and bought some birds in the wrong time of year just to get a head start on trying to have some hens laying eggs in the spring, because this buying eggs is BS.
Yeah, I knew it. She's not saying I haven't had a drink.
Yeah.
See, I knew it. I know my girl.
Yeah, she's drinking wine this week.
I know my girl.
If a hunter say they never miss a deer, they're not being true. Yeah, that's a true story. That's a true story. I've missed deer. I'll tell you what, I've also made some amazing shots though. So,
yeah, I guess we'll see. The Kemp family farm. Yeah, you're not supposed to dump corn even on your own property. Just now, obviously, if your hand.
The question was, can't put corn on the ground. Yes, you can put corn on the ground.
Corn on the ground, like from a feeder.
You're not allowed to put it on the ground yourself.
Yeah, you can't dump it yourself.
Has to come from a feeder.
Yeah.
A spreading feeder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an open beer though. She says she's not a quitter, of course. Nice. Gotta love it. Corn makes whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corn makes fat deer. Right?
Corn makes fat anything, man.
Yeah.
It's just straight. I mean, it's simple carbs, turns into sugar in your system.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I just don't feel like we should be corn feeding all these animals to finish them off and make all the wrong fat in them. But that's a different subject.
That's a different subject for a different day. Yeah.
54 and have not shot a deer. Well, if you're 54 and you have not attempted to shoot a deer, then that's cool. It's not a big deal. If you're 54 and you've been deer hunting for 20 years and you still haven't shot a deer, you might want to take some lessons on how to shoot or hunt, or stop putting like perfume on when you go out in the woods, or singing songs to the deer. I don't know what you're doing wrong. Could be a list.
He always says you're too loud.
She does.
Well, you're a loud guy. Like, even when he thinks he's being quiet, I hear him. Like, if I'm sleeping and it's one of those times, like when he's gotten up to go hunting, I hear him. But like, I could get halfway through cleaning the house before he would wake up.
But what's interesting is, like, okay, so when Frankie and I are walking, she's really quiet right here. She can be quieter than me when she's got this whisper down to a pat.
But then you go into ninja mode.
But all I can hear is she's dragging everything on the ground with her feet. I'm like, Frankie, pick up your feet and set them down. pick them up, set them down. And she's just dragging them through the leaves. And I'm like, it don't matter if you're whispering quiet. If you're dragging your feet through the woods, they hear you coming. That's right. She will be a better deer hunter than me if she keeps putting in the effort that she's putting in right now.
Anthony says, slow that bullet down to 55 miles an hour with headlights.
That's
and
expensive.
that deer will walk out in front of you. Yeah, that's true.
That's expensive. Ask Tim, Ridge Life.
He did put out some Salt Licks, but they weren't all about it, so he didn't put any more out.
Nah. I started doing the math, and there's such an abundance of deer here that I don't really need to spend a lot of money baiting them. I don't even know if I'll do corn next year, to be honest with you.
I get what you're saying, Kemp. The Kemp family Hill, they're saying somebody's gonna have to explain the difference between like the spreader doing it versus like them doing it by hand. I think what they're trying to prevent, the reason that they have that kind of said the way they said, so that people don't take a bag of corn and dump it on the ground in one spot, so that there's like a feeder pile, and then that gets moldy, and then the deer get sick.
Right.
So I get what you're saying, where you're like, well, what if I just spread it out every day
if you
at 5
spread it
o'clock?
out, you're at least you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
To prevent what they're trying to prevent. But if they try to get too granular with the rule and say, well, if you do it this way and you do it correctly, and then
all it takes is like either like the game warden to be strolling by while you do it, or I don't know, like depending on I guess what state you're in and or your area is to what the specific rules are for every little hamlet. But it is what it is.
I learned a lot about our property this year, though. I learned where several different types of oak trees are, and they don't all drop acorns at the same time of the year. The white oaks and the red oaks, there's actually a couple of different kinds of white oaks. There's a water oak over there in that corner, and I was taking notes for when the acorns were dropping. Like there was a period of time where these woods down here between us and Miss Ann, the deer were in there every day because the acorns were dropping. And like no matter what, you were going to see deer in there. Well, that was during bow season, and I didn't bow hunt. But what's interesting is that was the perfect place to bow hunt because it was in the woods, and I could put a stand in any one of those trees. Yeah. So I learned a lot about the property this year that's going to make next year more interesting. So
Living Wild and Free says, anyone see a deer with CWD, or they just wanting to check licenses for folks not processing their own? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I know that they sometimes will randomly pop up on you. I've heard people say it, depending on, not so much if you're on your own land, they're not gonna really like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no requirement.
They still can, but like
there's no requirement in our area for testing for wasting disease.
Yeah.
As we get farther north, I think like the northernmost counties in Mississippi where they border Tennessee, they got a wasting disease problem, and then up into Tennessee, I think Arkansas, but down where we are, and I've actually gone back in and logged in and checked a few times since the season opened. No reported cases of wasting disease.
I haven't seen any deer that look bad. Like everybody looks healthy. Like we see deer all the time. Like
and no requirements for testing.
Yeah.
So so hopefully it stays that way. Wasting disease is a bummer.
Yeah. So all right, guys, we are coming to an end for our evening with you here. So don't forget, we will be posting a new video on Friday. That'll be our deer sausage video, and then Sunday we'll also be posting a video. And then tonight you've got after us, you've got Full Blown Country coming on, and then we've got MT Homestead with apparently Tim on the Cup of Honor tonight, so you have to check that out. Ridge Life is being held in high esteem this evening for reasons yet to be known to the masses. So go make sure you say hi to Mike and Terry. And then, of course, you've got Brian at Vineyard Farmhouse tonight with promised something. I'm butchering it. Blessed Promised Homestead or something. Oh, sorry, something like that.
She did her best.
I tried. I have the worst memory when it comes to stuff like that. I'm like, I can see it, but I can't make it jenga back together. So anyway, there's that. So anyway, we appreciate you guys all. Auntie Ann, of course, as always, we appreciate you. Randall Grunland, thank you for the super chat. And We appreciate you very much. And the other gentleman whose name's already disappeared, so I can't find it, and he never talked. So
If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet,
Nightingale.
Hit it on the way out.
Yeah, Nightingale, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. And thank you guys for hanging out with us. Jen, I miss you too. And I will call you tomorrow.
I don't.
All right, we love you guys. Stick around for the rest of everybody on tonight, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Say something right